Reading I-Ching. After completion. Change of lines. The first line is yang. The general interpretation of yang is a driving force to start a new task, but as this line is at the very first position of a hexagram, we may assume that this does not imply that we should progress forward with strong propulsion. Instead, we had better observe the environment, and decide on the right direction we need to move forward. It may not be a good idea to do nothing in fear of uncertain future, but it is also not a good idea to rush forward, without clearly identifying the right direction to go through. You need to make several small attempts in various directions repeatedly, so that you can find out the best way to go. The second line is yin. We may have tried various small attempts in the previous line, but not all of them give us promising results. More often than not, your choices do not make any difference in the situation. However, you do not need to be disheartened. The main keyword of yin is consistency and sincerity. Even if other people do not acknowledge your endeavor, you should stick to what you believe is right. You need to work on the problem diligently and consistently, believing that it takes some time to make the desired changes. The third line comes back to yang again. The line of yang, which is located at a higher place, symbolizes a more bold and active behavior. The fact that yang is located at the last position of the lower trigram implies that it may become an important turning point in our lives. However, we also need to be aware that a great change may accompany a greater danger. If you are certain that you have made a clear decision based on the lines of yang and yin below, now is the time to make a new challenge toward a long-term goal. However, if you are not well prepared yet, you had better not risk making two perilous attempts before you are sure you can handle it. The fourth line is yin. We have now jumped up a level, thanks to the daring attempt made in the previous line. Now is another turn to prepare a new foundation. However great an accomplishment we may have achieved, the situation does not sustain itself without proper maintenance. On the contrary, now may be the very beginning of an endless sequence of maintenance works. You may have thought that your ultimate goal was so grand and perfect, when you were imagining it inside your head, but as you come to realize it with your hands, you keep seeing various small faults on the plan. If you do not continue finding out what it lacks and keep making amends, what you have achieved and built so far may crumble down slowly, and you may find yourself back to square one. You should not be content with a momentary success, but you should always stay alert. The fifth line is yang again. The two lines of yang beneath this one enabled us to achieve our goal. The next step is to focus on and develop the balance and harmony within us. Yang often represents pursuing and exploring a new task with strong driving force, and yin represents focusing on the current problem with sincere manner, but they are not two separate things. The balance between the two opposing forces will make us a better person. We should not only try to maintain the balance between our action and our mind alone, but we also need to keep the harmony between ourselves and the surrounding environment, and between different emotions lying within us. The hexagram ends with a line of yin. The basic principle of I-Ching is that everything changes. Considering that, the repetitive process of change and harmony itself will need some change as well. It has been said that we need to keep on changing without being fixated on a certain status, in order for us to keep ourselves at the best condition, but the concept of the perfect balance itself may need to change constantly. However perfect a system and structure we may have built, we should keep on trying to find a new way of doing things, instead of falling into a mannerism.